Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? Really, how are ya? This is episode 16 of Is It Expired? Here is my disclaimer to not use expired makeup. I know what the consequences can be, and I'm taking that risk for myself. I don't recommend other people do the same. I like this project specifically for myself because I have so many products in my inventory, and I love the idea of project panning. Love it. I love watching it, and I love seeing what works for everybody. Due to the fact that I have so many makeup items, this is what works for me. I put all of my items into an Excel spreadsheet. I pick 5 random ones, and I use those for a week and see where they're at. See if the consistency's changed, the smell, the way that they work on my skin. And if that's the case, I throw them out. I recycle them. But if not, they go back into my they go back into my inventory, and I will continue to use them. It's nice because I kind of get to... It's cold here. I finally get to remember what I have maybe hidden in the depths of my drawers, and I will be doing an inventory and organization series of videos that will be coming up once I'm 100%. I am still a little bit sick, and the eczema on my hands is kind of starting to look like leprosy. So once that clears up, I will be doing the inventory series. Moving on. Let's see what I picked last week and see how it's doing, and then we'll move on to this week. First off, I have the ColourPop Hocus Pocus Witching Hour palette. This is the second one they came out with. This I have only had for a couple of years. It's not incredibly old. However, I had only used it maybe once or twice before pulling it. So I was really happy to play with this a couple times for the week, and I definitely did some more like supernatural, very natural. Supernatural just makes me think of TV now. Looks. Once my brain goes, it's tough for it to come back. And then I did some sultrier, is that right? Okay, more sultry, dark, actually some more like Halloween inspired looks, which is funny because it's January, but whatever, it's fine. So this was a lot of fun to play with. I really enjoyed it, and now I will remember that I do like the formula, I like the colors, and hopefully I'll grab it more. Yay! That's the goal, right? Just use what you have. Especially when you have too much for one person to use in a lifetime. However, I strongly believe that people should have hobbies. They should have passions, and as long as you are responsible about those hobbies and passions, have them, enjoy them, love them. And that's why my collection has gotten to the size it is. This isn't something that happened over like a year or two. Some of the stuff is very old. I know that. So, moving on. Next, I have the Suva Beauty Hydra Liner in Doodle, which is just the black and the white. The first day that I had this, I was uninspired, I'll be honest. When I pulled this all last week, I've been sick, like I said, and I'm finally getting better. It's just this cough and the tingle in the back of my throat that does not want to desist. Yes, so I was uninspired. However, moving on in the week, I got a little more fun with this. And so if I can figure it out, I'm going to pop the looks that I came up with here. So I did get a little more fancy with this. I did a little bit more graphic things. I did some stars and a moon, and I just had fun with this. I love these. I really do. So this is only a year old. So I am just thoroughly enjoying playing with these. I love all of these. I got a huge set of them. I think it was Black Friday 2022. So I'm just adoring these and happy to have them in my collection. Moving on. Oh, my TV started again just magically. It's funny because it's ghost hunting, and I think I've got ghosts because I don't even have the remote, and it started. This is the Shot Miss AOA Studio Sculpting Brow Pencil. This is brand spanking new. I think I just got this like a month ago. I feel like it was in one of my haul videos, was it not? Perhaps. Moving on. This is the one with the triangle tip and a spoolie on the end. It is in the shade medium brown. I did use this again today because I am still getting acquainted with it. I seem to like it. My eyebrows are not, I mean, they're on my face, so that's good, right? I've had a complex about my eyebrows for the longest time, and it's one of those things where I feel like if you find a product you really, really love, like that's your jam, that's your product. But I love playing with too many things too much, and then I swap, and then I'm like, I don't know how to do brows anymore. I don't know what I'm doing, and I have to like relearn all over again. And I have decent brow days, and I have like what happened to your face brow days. I think we're acquainted. We're not friends yet, but we're acquaintances at this point. We're growing towards each other. All right, moving on. I'm in a weird mood. I bought these like syrups for my coffee, and I'm still learning the amount to put in, and I'm going a little heavy with them. So now I'm just on like a caffeine and sugar high. It's one of those days. It's going to be one of those days. Next, I have the Hoola Bronzer in the shade 01. That's it, just shade 1. This is 8 or 9 years old. It is very, very old, but it is still, doesn't smell like anything, works really beautifully. There is no growth. That sounds terrible, but it looks good still. Like, it still looks smooth and normal. So I'm going to keep using it. It's going to go back into my collection. And then last for last week, I do have the Smith & Cult Veiled Threat. No, that was right. Wait. Too much caffeine and sugar. I can't read anymore, apparently. Weightless Micro Blurring Foundation. Why was that so hard for me? It was just a lot of words. This is in the shade 120 Cool. This is, what are you, 3 or 4 years old? Something around there? It's medium old. I don't know, like, because I have things from, like, my haul that I got for Black Friday to 10 years ago. So my idea of age with these is very skewed. So what are you, like? You're like at the medium age, I guess. This is a better summer foundation for me, which is funny because the color-wise, winter foundation, 100%. It is very, very light. I generally still have to mix it with other foundations, which is fine because I am not the best at like picking my exact shade, but what I like about my collection is I've got things that are a little too light or a little too dark or a little too warm or a little too cool, and I can mix and match so that my foundation works. I'm not just going to grab something and be like, oh, that's too light. Pfft. I can find something to make it work. And I know not everybody's like that. Not everybody has 30 freaking liquid foundations. I do, so that's what I do. However, weird mood. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, this one's going to be long because I can't shut up. This is a better summer foundation because it does not work on dry skin. And my skin has been, like, I don't think you can see it, but, like, my forehead is flaking. It is itchy. I'm struggling. It's winter, and honestly, we're finally getting winter. It's, like, -10 today. I'm Canadian. That's Celsius. Fahrenheit, you're on your own. Probably, like, 20 degrees. Does that sound right? Something like that. Anyway. What is wrong with me today? This is way better for my summer skin. It does not work with the dryness. It accentuates the flakiness. It's a hassle, I'll be honest. But I do know that I really, really liked it in the summer, so I'm not ready to get rid of it. And that's kind of my 3-page essay on this foundation. But that's it. We're moving on. That was everything for last week. Let's move on to this week before this becomes movie length. My goodness. So I've been marking off what has already been in this project because I've been doing it for about 3 months now. And while I was doing that, I realized about 5 or 6 of those products that I've used, I have already decluttered because they were expired, or I've gone ahead and used up. So you know, these products are making their way out of my collection, either organically with use or they've just become incredibly old and dried and icky. It is what it is, but that's the whole point of this project. I want to condense my inventory. I would like to not have it at almost 1,000 products, and I am on a no-buy right now till April. I can do it. I have the worst self-control. I am on the Sephora app like every night, and I'm like, what do I... No, stop it! So, that's the goal. It's just to condense a little bit. And, you know, a little bit. Moving on. What do I have this week? This is the Viseart. I did keep the little... very shadowy. The sleeve, because I love that it just pops in and out. Love that. I think that's such a great feature. Anyway, this is the Petite Pro Soleil palette. I had used it a couple times prior to this, and I did just get this. This was in one of my haul videos. I don't remember which one, but it's from 2023. So pretty new. I've already gotten a little use on it. And I learned a little something today. The glitters work a lot better wet. And by a lot better, I mean, I was so mad at this palette when I was trying to use them dry. I'm like, they're not going on. Nothing is working. What's happening? And then I just did a little setting spray, and I was like, oh. I see you. See what's... okay, anyway. So I do really, really love this. I just had to learn how to use it. This is beautiful. They are stunning. And this is brand spanking new. So I'm just excited to play with this for the week. Fun. And then I can bring in more neutral palettes to use with it. I used the Naked 2 today just to kind of like add a little shadow that wasn't brightly colored. Yep, moving on. Let's go real old. This is the Annabelle Metallic Kohl Eyeliner in the shade Saphir. It's not Sapphire, there's no ear. There's no E. This is just a blue eyeliner. This is 8 or 9 years old, but it's still really, really pretty. It's smooth. I'm using it on my waterline today, and I have no itching or discomfort, and it went on really beautifully. I really, really like this, so I am excited to use it. I have a million pencil-colored eyeliners, and I forget about them. I don't use them that much. A lot of them came from when I worked at Sephora. This was probably about the same time. So yes, 8 or 9 years old, and I'm happy to play with it for the week because it doesn't smell like anything either. And, you know, we'll see if I get pink eye. See what happens. But so far, no itching. And it's been on for about an hour, so we'll see. Next, I have the Glowish by Huda Beauty. My tongue is not collaborating with my brain today. That's the issue. Okay. This is the Bright Light Sheer Concealer in the shade Fairlight. This is new to my collection as well. I got it 2023, Black Friday or Boxing. No, my birthday or Black Friday. A little wand. I just used it today, so I hadn't used it before. I'm not 100% sold on it, but again, I've only used it once, so I am looking forward to giving it a little more love, testing it a little bit more. I mean, I look brightened, I guess. That's fair. I really sunken in eyes, so it really doesn't matter what I do with concealer at this point. But it is fine. It gives a light to medium coverage, though. I did mix it with a corrector, actually, at one point because it wasn't giving me enough. So I will have to play with this a little bit more, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Regardless, it's just concealer. I will use it up. All right, this is a fun one. This is the Simpsons Revolution Treehouse of Horror Lip Mask in the shade Kang. It's lemon lime. So it's got the little alien on it. I have both of these, and I love them. This is something that's usually by my bed anyway, so it does have quite a bit of use on it. And I just love these. I love these so much. I love them as just a bit of skincare with everything else before I get ready. It's great for just that little prep stage of your makeup to get everything all soft and smooth and silky. But I do love this. So happy to just keep using it. It's one of those things that I do hope will be out of my collection in 2024 because I got this. When did that collection come out? I want to say 2022? I think I got these in 2022. Perhaps. They're not incredibly old, and they smell nice. They smell like Slurpees, like lemon lime, like, yeah, lemon lime, 7-Up Slurpees. That's what it is. It's not quite Sprite, it's 7-Up. Anyway, moving on. Happy to use this. Next. And then last, I have the Natasha Denona Bloom palette, the Blush and Glow. This I got in 2022 as well. This would have been at the end of the year 2022. It's just over a year old. I got 3 of these at that time, and I love them. I don't use them nearly enough. I forget about them all the time, but they're so pretty. And that's my issue. Stop forgetting about stuff you have, especially when it's luxury brands that are a little bit pricier. Stop forgetting. But I do really like this. And I am excited to use it. I loved it today. I absolutely loved how soft and natural everything looked. And I even went like super heavy-handed with this accidentally. I got sidetracked halfway through and just shoved my brush in. And then I was like, that was a lot of product. But it worked. I was able to make it work even though I definitely put way too much on the brush. So, they're very pretty. They're still fairly new, and it's time to love them a little bit more. That is this week. And, yeah, some fun things. I can do some fun things with some fun colors, and I'm looking forward to it. I am hoping that this little tingle and the cough goes away this week. I have done nothing but ramble today. So, have yourselves a wonderful day, evening, weekend, journey in your life. And I will see you next week.